Thanks for joining us this morning. I hope you're doing well. Come on with us to Matthew chapter 6. Matthew 6, I wanted to consider something that the Lord says in what is commonly called the Lord's Prayer. Matthew chapter 6, at verse 12. It says, "And forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors." I wanted to talk about that idea because the Lord did not say that we are to pray for their forgiveness here. That's not what he's saying right here. He's talking about our forgiveness, namely what our forgiveness is contingent upon, and namely our forgiveness as far as what we need to do. Namely, we need to forgive them. That's what we are called to do. We need to make sure that we are not stepping on the Lord's toes, if you will. In 1 John chapter 5, 1 John chapter 5 at verse 16, we have the epistle saying something extremely important. It says, "If anyone sees his brother sinning a sin which does not lead to death, he will ask, and he will give him life for those who commit sin not leading to death. There is sin leading to death. I do not say that he should pray about that." Now, what's the sin that leads to death? Well, it's the sin that's not repented of. We need to make sure we're not asking the Lord to forgive someone who frankly is just not repentant and rebellious. We need to teach them, and we need to try to convince them they need to ask for forgiveness themselves. They need to turn from their sins. We need to make sure we're not whittling on God's end of the stick. Now, there is a time to pray for someone's forgiveness, though. That's found in this passage. The sin that is not leading to death, it says that we should pray about that. Well, what's the sin that does not lead to death? It is the sin that is repented of. That's when we ask for their forgiveness. And back in Matthew now, something else interesting is that their forgiveness, namely us forgiving them, it actually precedes our forgiveness coming from the Lord. You look at the verse, "And forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors." We should have already forgiven them by the time we come to the Lord and ask for our own forgiveness. I think that's one of the things you can draw from this. That's the sort of attitude we are to have, and that's the sort of actions we are supposed to take. We just need to make sure that we're not putting ourselves in the place of the Lord, and we need to be careful. He's talking about something specific here. But anyway, hope you enjoyed this study. Hope it was helpful to you in some small way. God bless you. Be a blessing to others. Hope you have a good day, and we hope to see you tomorrow morning.